You ever had a moment, just one moment, where everything changed? Not because of luck, not because of some dramatic twist of fate, but because of one simple decision. What if I told you that today could be that moment for you? One decision, right now, can become the spark that ignites a completely new chapter in your life. It doesn't have to be loud or public or even perfect, but it has to be yours. You see, our lives aren't shaped by chance, they're shaped by choice. And the truth is, no matter where you've been or what you've done, one clear, intentional decision today can begin to transform your future. So let's talk about the power that's already in your hands, and why this moment might just be the most important one of your life. We become what we think about. There is an old but timeless truth that quietly governs our lives, whether we realize it or not. We become what we think about. The thoughts we allow to take root in our minds shape our beliefs, our actions, and eventually our reality. This isn't just about wishful thinking or daydream. It's about the consistent mental focus we hold every single day. Think about it. Every major achievement in human history began in someone's mind. Every invention, every breakthrough, every great piece of art, every business empire, it all started as a thought. The same principle applies to our own lives. The quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our decisions, and those decisions, made daily, carve the path we walk. But the real power lies in understanding that we are always thinking about something. The question is, what are you consistently thinking about? Is it fear, limitation, doubt, or worry? Or is it possibility, growth, and purpose? The human mind is a garden. If we don't plant the seeds of what we want, weeds will grow by default. Negative thoughts don't need permission to grow. They show up when we stop being intentional. This is where one decision today becomes life-changing. You can decide right now to take control of your thoughts. It doesn't require a major event or a huge leap. It's a quiet but powerful shift in direction. When you start focusing on what you want instead of what you fear, you begin attracting different outcomes. It might not be instant, but it is inevitable. Your outer world will always begin to reflect your inner world. People often underestimate this idea because it sounds too simple, but the truth is simplicity is powerful. The person who spends their days thinking about how to serve others, how to grow, how to learn, how to build something meaningful, this person is slowly becoming the very thing they focus on. Their actions begin to align with their thoughts. Their habits start to reflect their inner mindset. Over time, that mindset becomes their identity. Let's flip the perspective for a moment. If you keep thinking about your limitations, your failures, or what went wrong in the past, your mind will continue to find evidence to support those thoughts. You'll replay mistakes. You'll hesitate before making decisions. You'll shrink opportunities before they even reach you, not because you're incapable, but because your dominant thoughts say you are. Now imagine you choose to think differently. You decide to focus on growth, even if you don't have all the answers yet. You choose to believe there's more for you out there. You start seeing challenges as lessons and setbacks as setups for comebacks. Over time, your thinking creates momentum. That momentum becomes belief. That belief becomes action, and that action transforms your life. This is why today matters so much. It's not just another date on the calendar. It's a chance to redirect the entire course of your future. All it takes is one conscious choice, to think better, to believe in possibility, and to stay focused on what you truly want, not just what you're trying to avoid. You become what you think about, not overnight, but always. So guard your thoughts. Feed your mind with what inspires you. Choose beliefs that push you forward, because if you start thinking in alignment with your highest self today, your life will begin to change, thought by thought, step by step. And it all starts with one decision. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal. Success isn't some magical finish line that only a lucky few ever reach. It's not fame, a number in your bank account, or a title someone else gives you. Real success is much simpler and much more personal. It's the ongoing daily process of moving toward a goal that means something to you. That's it. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal. And the moment you decide to pursue that goal, you've already stepped into success. Too often, we think we need to have everything figured out before we start. We feel like the goal has to be perfectly defined, the path has to be mapped out, and all the unknowns need to be solved. But the truth is, clarity often comes after we begin. The first step, making the decision to pursue something that matters, is the one that separates dreamers from doers. When you wake up with a sense of direction, even if the journey feels far away, you start showing up differently. You carry yourself with purpose. Your energy shifts. Your habits start to align with where you're going instead of where you've been. That's what makes the pursuit itself so powerful. Even on the days where progress feels small or invisible, you're still moving forward. And that is success. And here's something worth remembering. Not all goals are created equal. A goal becomes worthy not because it impresses others, but because it resonates with you. It might be starting a business, improving your health, learning a new skill, creating something meaningful, or simply becoming more present with the people you love. If it lights something up inside you, it's worthy. If it calls you to grow, stretch, and evolve, it's worthy. You don't need to wait until next year, next month, or even next week. You don't need permission. Today you can decide what matters most to you. That one decision to commit to a goal that excites you, even if it scares you, can be the pivot point your entire life turns on. Of course, the path won't be perfect. There'll be detours. You'll second-guess yourself. You'll have days where nothing seems to be working. But progress isn't about perfection. It's about movement. As long as you're heading in the direction of your goal, you're succeeding. Every small win counts. Every setback teaches. Every step forward adds up. So if you're searching for meaning, if you're feeling stuck, if you're waiting for a sign, this is it. Choose a goal that aligns with the person you want to become, and start walking toward it today. Don't underestimate the power of beginning. Once you're in motion, you'll see opportunities that weren't visible before. You'll grow into someone you never imagined, not because the goal changed you, but because pursuing it did. Remember, success isn't a moment, it's a decision followed by a direction, and that decision can be made right now. Attitude determines outcome. In every situation, no matter how much is outside your control, there's one thing that's always yours to command: your attitude. It's easy to underestimate, but your attitude shapes how you experience life. It affects how you handle challenges, how you treat people, how you recover from failure, and how you see yourself. And more often than not, it determines how far you'll go. Attitude isn't just about being cheerful or positive when things are going well. Anyone can smile on a good day. True attitude reveals itself when nothing's going right, when the plan falls apart, when the door gets slammed shut, when you feel like you're standing alone. That's when your mindset is tested, and that's also when it has the power to shift everything. You can't always choose your circumstances, but you can always choose how you respond. That choice, made over and over again, builds resilience. It's the difference between giving up and growing through it. With the right attitude, a setback becomes a lesson instead of a defeat. A delay becomes a detour, not a dead end. You start seeing problems as puzzles to solve instead of proof that you're not good enough. This is where the power of decision comes in. Today, you can decide to take full ownership of your attitude. You can choose to stop letting your environment or your past dictate your energy. You can commit to being the kind of person who brings calm to chaos, who stays grounded in storms, who refuses to be bitter even when things get hard. That one internal shift, as quiet as it might seem, can set a new tone for your life. Think about the people who inspire you most. It's not just what they've accomplished. It's how they carry themselves through the process. It's their mindset in the face of pressure, their determination when things don't go as planned. That comes from a decision to lead with attitude, not emotion, to respond, not just react. And the beauty of it is, you don't have to wait for permission to change your attitude. It doesn't cost anything, and it doesn't require anyone else to change first. You can make that choice today, in your work, in your relationships, in how you see yourself. And the moment you do, things around you start to shift. People respond differently. Opportunities feel closer. Even your own self-belief starts to strengthen. Because when your attitude is strong, consistent, and anchored in who you want to be, you become unstoppable, not because life gets easier, but because you become better equipped to handle it. That's the difference maker. So if you're facing something hard right now, or if you felt stuck in a cycle you can't break, maybe the solution isn't in changing everything around you. Maybe it starts with changing how you show up. Make the decision today to lead with attitude, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's not. That one choice can change how the world meets you. You are in control. There's a point in life where something clicks. It's not always dramatic or loud. It might come during a quiet moment, a tough season, or even in the middle of an ordinary day. But once it happens, everything begins to shift. It's the realization that no matter how unpredictable the world can be, you are in control of how your life unfolds from here. It's easy to forget that. Life pulls us in 1,000 directions. We get caught up in expectations, routines, and responsibilities. Sometimes it feels like we're just reacting, bouncing from one thing to the next, trying to stay afloat. But beneath all of that, there's a truth that never changes. You are the author of your story. You get to choose what chapter comes next. This doesn't mean you control every event, every outcome, or every twist in the plot. Life will throw things at you that you didn't ask for. Some chapters will be hard and some will feel unfair, but your power lies in how you respond. You control your perspective. You control your effort. You control your attitude. And in doing so, you influence the direction of your life more than you may realize. Taking control doesn't require a dramatic overhaul. It often begins with one simple decision: to stop blaming everything outside of you and to start asking, what can I do from here? That shift from victim to leader, from stuck to responsible, is where personal power is born. You begin to take ownership of your time, your choices, your energy, and when that happens, even the smallest steps forward begin to carry momentum. It's a powerful thing when you realize that the life you want isn't waiting for the perfect moment to arrive. It's waiting for you to claim it. That doesn't mean every day will be easy. Doesn't mean motivation will always be high. But control isn't about how you feel in the moment. It's about what you decide to do despite how you feel. You might not be where you want to be yet, but you're not powerless. Every day gives you a chance to build new habits, develop new mindsets, and create new results. Even choosing to be 1% better today is an act of control, and over time, those small decisions compound into something extraordinary. So if you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or like life is just happening to you, this is your reminder. The wheel is still in your hands. You can choose a new direction, set a new goal, change your environment, adjust your pace, or simply shift the way you see what's in front of you. One decision, one shift in mindset can unlock everything. You don't need all the answers. You just need to remember who's in charge of your next move. It's you, and it's always been you. Don't wait for the perfect time. Start now. There's a myth we've all been fed at some point in our lives, the idea that there's a perfect time to begin. A flawless moment when the skies will clear, doubts will vanish, motivation will surge, and the path ahead will glow like a runway. It's comforting, isn't it? Believing that if we just wait long enough, we'll know when the time is right, that someday we'll feel fully ready. But here's the truth, that perfect moment doesn't exist. Life will always be messy. Your schedule will always be full. Doubts will always try to sneak in. You'll never feel 100% confident. And yet, Every person who's ever created real change, every dreamer, builder, artist, or leader has something in common. They started anyway. Starting doesn't mean you have everything figured out. It means you've made the decision to begin, even with uncertainty still in the air. And that decision, to act now rather than wait, can change your life in ways you can't yet imagine. You see, waiting often feels safe. It gives us time to plan, to prepare, to organize, and yes, preparation has its place. But when waiting becomes a habit, it turns into a trap. It becomes a hiding place for fear. We convince ourselves that we're being wise and cautious, when really we're just avoiding the discomfort of starting something that matters. Because starting means risking failure. It means stepping into the unknown. It means facing the possibility that things might not work out the way we hope. And here's the other side of that coin. What if they do? What if your small, imperfect beginning opens the door to your greatest chapter? What if the thing you're scared to start is the very thing that brings you purpose, fulfillment, and joy? What if one decision today becomes the reason your life looks completely different a year from now? You'll never know unless you take the step. The truth is, starting changes you. It gives you real feedback. You learn faster by doing than by thinking. You grow stronger when you take action, even if it's messy. The process itself teaches you what planning alone never can. And every time you show up, even a little bit, you build confidence, not from reading or waiting, but from experience. Think of it like this. A ship can't be steered while sitting still in the harbor. You don't need to know exactly where the wind will take you, but once you're in motion, you can adjust your course. You can make better choices. You can see opportunities you couldn't see from the dock. It's the same with life. When you start now, even if you stumble, even if you're unsure, you've given yourself the most important gift, momentum. And once you're in motion, amazing things start to happen. People notice. Doors open, you start to attract what you're ready for, not because it suddenly appeared, but because you did. This mindset of starting before you're ready is what separates people who wish from people who build. Anyone can talk about their dreams. Fewer are willing to act on them while they're still unsure. But those are the ones who grow. Those are the ones who make it. Let's be honest, fear won't completely disappear. Neither will uncertainty. You may always wonder if you're good enough, or if it's too late, or if you're doing it right. But action is the only thing that proves those doubts wrong. Fear fades with forward motion. Clarity comes through commitment. So if you've been waiting for the right time to start your fitness journey, to write that book, to launch your business, to heal that relationship, to learn that skill, or to step into who you truly want to be, let this be the sign you've been hoping for. Start now. Start before you feel ready. Start before you feel confident. Start before everything makes sense. You're not falling behind. You're learning exactly what you need in exactly the way you need to learn it. And once you begin, you'll realize it wasn't about being perfect. It was about being willing. Willing to try, willing to grow, willing to fail and get back up and try again. The people who make the biggest impact are rarely the most talented or the most prepared. They're the ones who were willing to begin. They weren't fearless. They just moved anyway. And over time, the momentum they built carried them further than they ever imagined. There's no perfect time. There's only now, and the choice you make in it. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for certainty. Don't wait until your fear is gone. Fear will walk with you, but it doesn't get to lead anymore. Lead your life. Make the call. Take the step. Write the first sentence. Speak the truth. Hit go. Begin the project. Share the idea. Ask for the opportunity. Apply for the job. Say yes. Say no. Do the thing. Whatever it is, just begin. The life you want isn't waiting for the perfect day. It's waiting for you to decide that today is enough, that you are enough, and that one decision to start, even if you're scared, even if you're unsure, might be the exact moment that changes everything. Because the difference between the life you dream of and the life you're living Might just be one decision made today